Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and mute all right now, guys. And we'll kind of get going. I appreciate you guys chiming in tonight for the Zoom. Tonight's topic is overcoming objections and overcoming fear. And I mean, couldn't hit at a better time. I got started about 7 years ago right now. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what network marketing really was, to be honest with you. And let me put this right here on speaker view. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. All right, guys, I didn't know what network marketing was. All I knew is I had enough reasons, more reasons why I had to do it than I did have excuses of why I couldn't do it. So a couple things just to kind of set the tone for this. And guys, I don't want to offend anybody tonight. If I offend you, I'm sorry. I'm going to kind of break it down to you kind of the way it is and the mindset that you've got to have to do this business in a big way. And I think you guys got on here tonight because you're open to doing it in a big way. And your big way might be $1,000 a month. Your big way might be $2,000 a month, or it might be life-changing money. That's up to you. But a couple things I want to hit on real quick. A few false sayings. I call them false sayings. And you probably have heard them all the time. The first one is slow and steady wins the race. Okay? Slow and steady may keep you in the race, but it don't win no race. Slow and steady, guys, to be honest with you, is very, very painful. What people don't understand is when you kind of sit around and just kind of halfway every now and then do it, and then you get a few people in, you get excited about it, and then they quit or life happens. If you're just going at it at a slow pace, I mean, your attrition, people quitting and falling out and getting off the product is going to outweigh the people that you have coming in. So with the slow and steady, I'm telling you, I don't believe in that at all. I think that's a false statement. I believe in telling people kind of the way it is when they come in. You ask them what their goals are, and if they're willing to do the work, they can achieve what they want to achieve. But I don't like that saying. The next one is you only have to enroll a few and help them get a few. Another false statement. Now that might be okay to get your product paid for or to get a weekly check, but that's not how you're going to do this in a big way. I mean, it's just not. You're going to you're going to have to enroll a bunch of people, and you're going to have to help them work through and have the same mindset and help leverage their time. But it is going to take enrolling multiple people, and understand that you are going to have people that are going to quit. That's just the way it is. And you can't take that personal. What happens with a lot of times is people will come in and they'll think that they did something wrong because their person is unplugged or they were excited and now they quit. Don't take that personal. If you take that personal, then, I mean, you're going to have a long business and you're going to be second guessing everything you do. All that you can control is what you do and the example that you leave for other people on your team. That's all you can truly control, because you can't control the other things. Another one is the product sells itself. No, it don't. I mean, nobody's looked on the computer and just called you and said, sign me up. Now, you actually are the person that gets it in front of the people and sell it. We can spin it any way we want. We share a product. We do this. We do this. No, we basically tell our stories and we sell products. That's what we do. We create customers for a company. Now, the products are good enough that they keep people on the products. And that is so true, that when you do the work, the legwork on the front end and get people on the products are so good that they keep people purchasing over and over again. So that's what we have that a lot of companies don't, is our products. I mean, people stay on them, but when someone first comes in, have the mindset that you're going to keep them 90 days because, and I've even done this sometimes, guys, is I enroll them and say, listen, we got a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it or you don't have results, just get your money back. That right there is giving them the mentality that they're not going to be on the product for 90 days. And after 30 days, I mean, if they don't have an auto ship on their account, now you got to re-recruit them. You've got to call them and then try to get them on an auto ship. So it's very important at the beginning when you enroll somebody just to say, well, listen, let's commit to taking the product for 90 days. I've set you up a rewards order. so that you can change it. I'll help you change it as you go about if you want to try something else. But have the expectation that they're going to be on the product for 90 days. Because if you don't, then you're having to go back. If you don't put an auto ship on the account, you're having to call them 25, 26 days later and re-recruit them, basically, is what you're trying to do. We want to create residual income, and we want to create basically lifetime customers within our organization, so you continue getting paid for doing it. Now, I'm just going to ask you right now, and I'm not telling you I wasn't afraid at times too. I was, guys. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just wake up and start kicking butt in this business. It doesn't work that way. But let me ask you what you're afraid of. And lots of people on here are afraid of a lot of different things. And these are some of the things that people get afraid of in building a business and network marketing. First of all, they're afraid that they might look like a salesman. Okay, oh, so-and-so is going to think I'm a salesman. Okay, if you're working a regular job and somebody comes in to buy something and you sell them something, you're a salesman. Being afraid of looking like a salesman, you have something that helps people solve problems. You do. Now, if you were setting up in a parking lot and had your trunk open and was trying to sell stuff out the back of your truck, that's a little bit different. Okay, but we are sharing products, we're sharing solutions with people, but basically we're selling ourselves with our energy, our vision, our passion, our team, our company, our products. We're selling all those things to people. We are. Our job is to get them on the products. The company's job is to keep them on the products because the products are good enough and they work. That's the company's job. But our job is to sell ourselves, the company, our team, the vision, solutions, and all that. That's what we do. Some people are afraid that they're going to run friends away. They're afraid to ask family, friends, because, oh man, I'm a part of the NFL, no friends left list. Okay, I've heard people say that before. I'm a part of the NFL. The thing is, guys, really, if you're doing something to better your family and you believe in something and you talk to your friends about it, if you do it the right way and you run them off, were they really a friend in the first place? Think about that. If you're doing something and you're not knocking on somebody's door every single day and you're not just doing it the wrong way, but if you're sharing something and telling your story and someone stops communicating with you or whatever, they're not friends anyway. The way I look at it, you went ahead and found out who was your friend and who wasn't anyway. Okay, to be honest with you. So as far as I've got all kinds of friends that know I have been doing this for 7 years that I'm still good friends with, and they're probably never going to do it, which is okay. But you know what? They know that I'm passionate enough about it, and they know I'm still going to drip on them. That's just the way it is. Now, I'm not going to sit there the whole entire time I'm around them and talk about it, but I am going to drip on them a little bit. And my mindset is that everybody I talk to is eventually joining. Everybody. Family members, friends, co-workers, people that you meet. Okay, eventually they're coming in, and you got to have that mindset too. You have to have that mindset that eventually, by dripping on them over time, they're going to try the products and they're going to come in. Because what we don't understand, we've all messed up opportunities to where we could have got people in, but we stopped dripping on them. We stopped following up with them. We've all been there. If John Morris had stopped following up with me within a year, I would have never been in this company. Never, ever would have been in this company. I would not have called him and said, John, enroll me. But he never gave up on me. Never gave up on me. And just make sure you don't ever give up. Some people have social anxiety. This is network marketing. You have to talk to people. You can't, people, and I hate when people just tell you can do 100% from behind a computer. I don't feel that you can sustain a long-term organization just behind a computer. Now, can you get leads? Absolutely, you can. You can get great leads. But then there has to be some personability, if that's a word. You've got to be able to talk to people, build relationships with people, do Zooms, interact with people. You've got to be able to do that because people will do business with people that they have relationships with long term. If you just enroll somebody and you put them on a text list and send them a team call each week and never really talk to them or follow up or meet up with them, they're not going to be in long term. I'm sorry, because something will come up to knock them out. I mean, it just will. Some people are afraid about what people feel about network marketing. I mean, some people are just like, oh man, I don't want to tell my family I'm in networking. They're going to think it's a pyramid scheme. You know what? Most of our parents and grandparents and all of them, they'll think it's a pyramid scheme. I mean, that's their mindset. They grew up hearing that term over and over and over again. You're going to hear Amway and all this other stuff. That's just the way it is. When someone asks you, is this network marketing? Okay. Guys, you got to be confident. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't network marketing. It allows me to do it part-time, and I'm already earning a weekly check, and I didn't have a whole lot of money to invest. Absolutely it's network marketing. Okay. And I only tell people about stuff that I believe in. Okay. If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't tell anybody. So be proud that you're part of network marketing. Now, if you go in and you're kind of putting a toe in the water and, oh man, they're going to find out it's network marketing, it's based out of Utah. Okay. When they see you squirm or they see doubt within you, they will have doubts too. They will. And if somebody's just, I know, is a knucklehead or whatever, and they ask me, I swear I've done this a couple of times. They said, is this a pyramid scheme? And I'll say, absolutely, but this one works. You better get in as fast as you can. And I mean, just have fun with it, guys. Be confident in what you're doing. As far as there's not a better opportunity out there than network marketing, so be proud of it. The next one, you might not think that you can do this. Maybe that's what you're afraid of. Maybe you say, you know what, I see all these other people out there doing it, and I just don't know if I can do it myself. Guys, I promise you, if your reasons are strong enough, you are strong enough. You have the fastest growing team in the company that's willing to support you, spend time with you. If you call one of your upline people and say, listen, I really want to do this, will you mentor me a little bit extra? Will you spend some time with me? Will you do some phone calls with me? I promise you guys, they will do it. They will do it because they want to help you grow so they can continue to grow also. That's part of it. The only way that you're going to grow is to help your people grow. That's it. So I promise you, you can do this. But you got to believe that, and you got to have confidence in yourself. Because if you don't have confidence in yourself, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to do. Because you're going to get knocked down and get a few bruises and get scraped up. I mean, that's just going to happen. That's part of it. I mean, that is part of it. But if you'll work through that and learn through that, I'm telling you, you can do it, guys. I promise you. Some people have anxiety to just talking to people or seeming too pushy or maybe creating new connections. Maybe people say, you know what? I don't know enough people. There's a lot of people that are afraid because they say, you know, I don't know enough people. I don't even know what the figure is now. How many billions of people are there on the planet? I mean, really, if you want to expand your network, you can do it. Whether it be through social media, whether it be creating cards and going out and giving out 50 cards a day, you can expand your network if you want to, by going out and volunteering for something, by getting a part-time job at doing something. You can find a way to get around people if you want to get around people, I promise you. With network marketing on social media. Guys, if you're not adding people daily, you're not creating a bigger market for social media. You're just not. I see a lot of people say, you know what, I want to do this in a big time way. And I say, how many friends do you have? Oh, I'm almost at 1,200. You know what? You're beating those 1,200 same friends up over and over and over again, and you're not expanding. If new people aren't seeing your stuff, you're not expanding to a new market. So it's very important that you cut some off and you add some. And the way you do it, I usually, guys, I go down to the bottom where it says suggested friends. And if they look successful or anything, I just add them. I'll add 15 to 20 a day. When they accept my friend, nowadays, shoot, with the phone, you can have the Facebook app on your phone, and what you can do when, let's say that I added Clint right now. Clint accepts me as a friend. Now, Clint might not know who I am. I don't know who Clint is. I bet you I've got close to 5,000 friends. I bet you I don't know 2,000 people really. You know what? I'm making connections with them. I'm doing videos. There's a bunch of people that reach out to me and say, you know what? I've been watching your videos. I like your energy. What do you do? Because I might not even really talk about all the time what I do. Okay, people like, let's say that I bring Clint on as a friend. He accepts it. Now what I'm going to do the same day, I'm going to send him a voice message. Hey, Clint, thanks for accepting me as a friend. I enjoy being connected to positive, driven people. Look forward to seeing your post. Or something like that, just something simple. And now when Clint reads that or sees that, he's going to think, man, who is this Will guy? Because how many people, when you connect with them as a friend, do they send you a voice message? Think about it. How many people do that? Very few. Very few. I had a guy from Colorado the other day that friended me. I accepted it, and he sent me like a one minute voice thing. And I was kind of blown away. I was like, dang, that guy sounds like he's got his stuff together. He's successful. He looked at my page. Hey, Will, I saw you were a coach. I see that you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur also. Man, I love connecting with people, especially throughout the United States, to where maybe we can work together one day. And I was like, man, that dude's sharp. So expand. Use social media to where when you're at home, you can continue to expand with people. So, but understand this, if something doesn't scare you, then you don't have a chance to accomplish very much. People don't understand that. The exact thing that you're afraid of is what you need to do more to succeed. If I'm afraid to talk in front of people, you need to talk in front of people more. If I'm afraid to go out and prospect people, you know what? You need to go out and prospect people more. Whatever you're afraid of doing, if you're afraid of doing three-way calls, you better be doing three-way calls or you're not going to grow. So all those things to be successful. And all I ask you this, guys, is you need to know the reasons why you're doing this. This is not a fraternity. Team Victory is not a fraternity where you get the T-shirt. Hey, I show up for the football game on Friday and I'm part of the team. I know we love everybody on this team, but that's not why you're doing this. You're not doing this just to kind of hang out and come to an event every now and then. You're doing this because you believe in the products, you like helping people, and you know what? You would like to benefit your family. I mean, you have kids or a spouse or somebody within your family that you know that doing this, making these sacrifices can benefit your family. But you got to know that. You got to think about the reasons why you're going to do what you're afraid to do, the reasons why you're going to get out of your comfort zone. One thing Darren Hardy said a couple different times is anytime that you get a no, you know what? They weren't in anyway, so who cares? Anytime that someone just kind of blows you off or doesn't return your text, your call, you know what? They're not in anyway, so who cares? You didn't mess nothing up. Don't worry about it. He also said that I saw Eric Worre talking the other day, and he said all network marketing is keeping the conversation going for as long as it takes, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, just keeping in contact with the person somehow, some way to where you keep the conversation going. And you don't know how long it's going to take. That's our job. Keep the conversation going somehow, some way with somebody. But one of the things that kind of flipped my script and I started doing this is Darren Hardy said, anybody that's a hater out there, anybody that points a finger at you, anybody that has something negative to say about you, your team, your product, your company, if you died next week, would that person come to your funeral? If that person isn't coming to your funeral next week, why in the world are you worried about what they think while you're alive here? Why? I mean, if they're not going to come there when you're dead, why are you worried about what they think, say, or whatever while you're alive? So don't worry about it. You got to have some tough skin. Very, very tough skin. So anyway, I'm going to get to the objections now. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit on the front end about that. Let's talk a little bit about overcoming objections. The first thing you have to overcome is yourself. That's why I just went through all that. If you don't overcome yourself, you won't do this. You won't. It doesn't matter how good you get at overcoming other people's objections, because you won't be in situations to overcome their objections, because you're sitting back and you're not doing what it takes to build it. Your only job in doing this is to book appointments. Now, booking appointments may be to watch a video. It may be a three-way call. It may be a sit down. It may be a home meeting. It might be a big meeting. That's your only job, is to book a meeting to get somebody to take a look. Now, whether they come in or not, you can't control that. You can't control that. But what you can control is booking an appointment to get them to take a look. So first of all, overcome yourself. Second of all, there's only 3 objections you're going to get. No matter what person it is out there, there's 3 objections you're going to get. The first one is time. I don't have the time to do it. I'm busy. I got too much going on. You've heard that already if you've been in this business. The second one is money. That's expensive. I don't know if I can afford that. I don't have the money to get started. Okay, that's the second one. The third one is belief in either network marketing or their self. That's the only 3 objections you're ever going to get: time, money, belief. That's it. You won't get any more, because any objection you were to come up with, I can put in one of those 3 categories. Now, I've been doing a lot of studying, and when I'm driving, a lot of times I travel a lot. I listen to as much network marketing type stuff as I can, as far as, and some of you guys may not like Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, he's kind of cocky, guys. I'll be honest with you. He's kind of arrogant, kind of cocky, but he went from being in a rehab facility. His family disowned him. He was homeless, and he had no money at all. He's a billionaire. He created a skill set that he became a billionaire. And if someone, one of the things he says first and foremost, if people don't know who you are, they're never going to buy from you. If people don't know who you are, they're never going to buy from you. So you've got to find a way to let people know who you are. And whether it's videos, posts, in person, whatever it is, you got to let people know who you are. There's going to be some people that don't like you. Who cares? Do they know who you are? Okay. That's very important. People have to know who you are. And I watched this happen one time. He actually coached a guy named Coach Michael Burt. And I was in the airport one time, and I saw this guy walking through the airport, and he had like a big old, just like a cheetah coat. And it went all the way down to his feet. And you're like, man, who the heck is this guy? And he had a crowd following him, and he had a guy with a camera. And now everybody in the airport's thinking, man, who is this guy? What's going on here? What are they filming? And Coach Burt said a lot of times he'll do that just so basically he can give out cards and people start draw interest to him. He said, Will, I've sold so many books just letting people know who I was by attracting them. And I just thought it sounded kind of crazy, but he had a point. If people don't know who you are, and I thought stuff about setting up one of those big canopies in a parking lot and say, save money on your taxes this year, okay? Or help save a family member's life. Just something to draw people in. Playing some loud music. I mean, something to get in front of people if you want to do it. But let's talk a little bit. Grant Cardone says the way you overcome objections is, first of all, we mess up sometimes, and I've messed this up plenty of times. When somebody gives you an objection, you start arguing with them on how that's really not an objection. So they say, well, I don't have the time. Oh, man, you got some time. Do you drive to work? Do you do this? Do you do that? Now you're wrestling with them. I got time. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't got time. You're wrestling with them. So what their mentality is right now is they're going to win. They're going to win the argument. They make the call, whether they join you or not. Like I've seen this over and over. Like Like I even saw, I've saw people that used to be in our company, and somebody would say, well, I don't have the money to do it. He would say, so how much is your phone right there worth? How much is your TV worth? Guys, that's belittling people. That's not going to do it. I don't like that approach. Grant Cardone says that the very first thing that you have to do when overcoming objections is agree with the person. First and foremost, whatever they say, agree with them, whatever they say. Because what that does right away is that takes the edge off the situation. Now they don't have to argue with you. They don't have to dig in and basically defend themselves. So Jason, are you on here, buddy? Hey, Jason, can you unmute real quick? I'm going to unmute you, Jason. All right, can you hear me now, Jason?
Am I on now?
All right, Jason, what I'm going to do right now is I want you to give me an objection.
Here I am.
Okay? And I'm going to go ahead, as Grant Cardone would do, I'm going to basically overcome your objection. So would you give me an objection?
I just don't have the time right now to do this business.
Jason, I agree. I know you're busy. I know you don't have extra time. Jason, I get that. I knew that when I come to visit you, Jason. Okay, so first thing I've done, I've agreed with him. Okay, second thing I'm going to do, Jason, there's lots of people out there that are successful with this that don't have the time because they understand, Jason, just like myself, I was a full-time teacher and coach. I didn't have the time, but I understood that if I didn't do something on the side part-time, I was never going to have any time, Jason. So if I could show you with very limited time how you could be successful in this, would you be open to taking a look?
Yes.
Okay. Give me another one, Jason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see everybody with the personal growth. I just don't know. I mean, I just don't feel like I'm there yet. So I don't know if anybody's actually listened to me.
Jason, you're not there yet. Jason, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I got started. I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't have the confidence of anything but teaching and coaching, Jason. So I understand totally where you are. But Jason, you're not alone. Everybody starts that way. And I also understood, Jason, is that if I wanted to be successful in this, I had to have a team around me that would mentor me and would bring me along. And Jason, if I were to show you how we were the fastest growing team in the company that would help you from A to Z get started and build belief in yourself, would you be open to taking a look?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I've overcome belief. Okay, give me another one.
Well, I mean, everything that I've done, I mean, I build it up, but then it falls apart. How are we going to keep this together?
Jason, I agree, man. That's the thing. A lot of people will work hard and their organizations will fall apart and they'll have to rebuild. But Jason, one of the things I want you to understand is that happens for everybody in the corporate world. I used to own a business and finding good help was the hardest thing I ever had to do. But the thing about it, then they worked for me. They didn't work for themselves. So Jason, if I can show you how to find a select few that really want to work with you, that you can show them the benefits for their family, man, we can lock arms and get this thing done. And I don't think you gave me the money one yet, Jason.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I don't have the money to get started.
Jason, I knew that before. I knew that before you told me that you didn't have the money. You know why? Because I was there, Jason. I didn't have the money to get started, but I started looking at other opportunities, and I dang sure didn't have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 to start my own business. But I knew that for a minimum amount of money that I could take something, get a tax break, and find a way to get my investment back right away. Jason, if I were to show you how to enroll 2 people this next week and have your investment back the first week, would you be open to taking a look at it? You there? All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I've got a little unstable connection.
Yeah, I'm breaking up.
So all I'm saying here, guys, is first and foremost, agree with the person. That takes the edge off. Second of all, make them feel like they're not the only one that felt that way. Okay? And third of all, show them why doing this can overcome whatever objection that they have, that you were in the same place they were and why you decided to do it anyway. So that's very important. Those three things right there. Anybody else got any objections that they have sometimes that that you want me to touch on real quick? Because they all three basically fall within those three areas. So anyway, the next thing real quick, guys, is three-way calls. When I first got involved and John tried to put me on a three-way call, I didn't want to get on the phone with anybody else. Think about this. If you ask somebody, hey, do you mind doing a call with so-and-so? No, I'm good. Well, why don't we just talk? I feel good talking to you. That's how people feel. Who doesn't feel that way? If you don't really understand three-way calls or don't know network marketing, you don't want to get on the phone with a stranger, but you don't know what you don't know. So what I would do, let's say we got Rachel and Jason here. I follow up with Jason. Jason, have you looked at the information? What do you like about it? What questions do you got? First thing, when Jason asks a question, I'm going to say, Jason, that's a great question, man. Do you got a minute? Yeah, he's got a minute. He's on the phone with me right now. He's not going to say, okay, I got to hang up right now. I'm going to say, Jason, do you got a minute? Yeah, I got a minute. I'm putting him on a three-way call. Put him on a three-way call, whether he likes it, loves it, don't like it, hates it, discuss, whatever. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take care of the big pink elephant in the roof. I'm going to tell him why he's on the call. So, Jason, you asked a great question a while ago. I'm still learning. I wanted to make sure I answered it correctly. So I put Rachel on here that's been very, very successful. She's got a great story. Jason, I also wanted you to hear her story because it's very powerful. And there may be times that I'm not available and you need to have some people that you can reach out to help you or ask questions if I'm not available. So Jason, this is Rachel. Rachel, this is Jason. Hit mute on my phone. Now, Rachel's not going to get on the phone and start saying, hey, give me your credit card and just try to hard sell him. What Rachel's going to do, first of all, is she's going to edify me because I just put her on it. She may say, well, hey, Will's a business partner of mine. He's been working very hard. He's been very successful also. So if you're connected to him, you're connected to the right person. What that does is that's going to build belief in Jason and me because he may say, you know what? Before, he just saw me as a teacher and coach. Now he's got a stranger that actually is building me up. Dang, Will may actually know something. Will may actually be involved with something that I really need to check out. So that's edifying me first of all. The second thing is Rachel's now going to tell her stories. Remember, stories sell, guys. Stories are what does it. Stories. And after that, when we get off the phone, I'll finish with Jason. I'll say, man, well, I had you on here. I wanted to go ahead and connect you to her. And again, that's just to show you also that when you get in this business, you're going to have other people leverage your time. Jason, do you think you can do what I just did? And which basically pique your interest, send a video, put you on the phone with somebody else. That's it. The way you prospect somebody, they're going to make their mind up if they can do the business or not. I mean, they're going to. If I get on here and I start reading off 50 different facts and I start telling them everything, immediately they're going to think, I don't have time to learn all that. I don't want to learn all that. I don't want to do that. But if you keep it simple and show them that they don't have to, then they might be open to doing the business because you've now showed them how to overcome their time barrier. You've also showed them how to overcome their belief in network marketing and that they can do it because they're not alone. I mean, so you've overcome 2 objections just by doing a 3-way call. Now, have about 5 to 7 people in your phone that you trust, that have good stories, that you know you can put on a 3-way call. don't just have one person that you call, because a lot of people will do that. They'll try to call, like, let's say I try to call Rachel and she's not available. You know what? I'm going to go right to the next one. If they're not available, I'm going to go right to the next one. Have 5 to 7 people that you can put on a 3-way call. And D. Hutchins, D told me the other day, I do more 3-way calls than anybody in the company with him. Okay? I do a lot of 3-way calls with D. Do I call and set it up? Most of the time, not. I don't. I just kind of, if the time is right, I'm on the phone with somebody, I'm in front of somebody, I call D. D's not available, I call somebody else. They're not available, I call somebody else. We can overplan it sometimes, because what happens, and this has happened a million times, hey, I got a 3-way call set up for 6 o'clock. Okay, then 6:05, I get a message. Hey, they didn't answer. Okay, I just tell people, call me when you need me. Okay, call me when you need me. Now, if you've got somebody that you know may actually take a while and they've got a very similar story, like a chiropractor to chiropractor, and Jason has a schedule, he might not be available, then make sure that you might want to set that up. That's a little bit different. That's kind of professional to professional. Now, you've got 5 to 7 people on our team that are full-time in this. Me, Scott Taylor, the Coopers, John Morris, D. Hutchins. We should always be available. If not, we're doing a meeting or we're on the phone. So always have about 5 people that are always available. And then if you need to set up a specific one, then set it up. So even when you do a sit down, always finish by introducing them to somebody. Every single 100% of the time. While I have you here, I want to go ahead and introduce you to D, just so you can kind of see the support that we have on this team. So always do that, because the way that you do it is the way they'll do it when they come in. If you don't put them on a call, they won't put other people on a call, I promise you. And so I won't talk a whole lot about it right now, guys. I've gotten a little bit long, but me and Jason Whitaker are working together on a pre-launch starting January 2nd. We're going to drop a bomb, I promise you. We're going to drop a bomb, and we're talking to people within the team that want to do it. Now, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be very, very, very intense. And there'll be very few people that will actually, not you won't be able to do it, but will commit to do it. But if you are one of those people that really in 90 days want to change your life and build to that Cincinnati event on March 23rd, our goal is going to be to put 500 new faces in those seats on March 23rd. That's what everybody we sign up, that's what we're going to do. We're getting them to that event, and we're going to speak vision the whole time. That might not be for you guys. I'm not here to say, I'm still here to support you whether you do it or not. I'm here for you guys. But we are going to do something very special in that time. Next Wednesday, we're going to have a Zoom, and we're going to kind of just lay out everything that you're going to need to prepare to do. I'm getting peak cards made. We're getting a new one-on-one sheet. We're starting a private group that Bobby's putting together. I mean, we're going to go after this, and there may only be 5 people within the whole team that commit to doing it. If you're one of them, great. If you're not, great still. We'll still help you. But I promise you, we're going to do something special, and that's what we're after. So does anybody got any questions, anything I can touch on right now? I did record this, so I'll download it to YouTube, and I'll send a link if you guys want it so that you can share it with someone. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for hopping on here. I know it's time to go be with your families now. Anything I can do for you, reach out. You guys have a great, great night.